Imagine a home where every single room feels like walking into a painting, where the walls are alive with botanical drama, where spring light lands on velvet and marble and hand-thrown ceramics, and where bold pattern isn't something to fear, but something to fall completely in love with. This is what it looks like when nature and heritage design collide. The moment you step through the front door, everything slows down. Morning light spills across the herringbone floor in long, warm stripes, catching the gilded edges of botanical prints and the soft shimmer of dried leaves spilling from a ceramic urn. The wallpaper feels alive, lush and verdant, like standing at the edge of a greenhouse. It's the kind of entrance that makes you inhale slowly, deeply, and feel immediately like the outside world simply doesn't exist anymore. There's something almost theatrical about settling into this living room, the way the velvet sofas seem to draw you in before you've even decided to sit. Botanical drama wraps every wall, bold and unapologetic, yet the sunlight pouring through the drapes softens everything to something deeply comfortable. You reach for a book without thinking. The palms in their terracotta pots sway gently near the window, and for a moment the room feels less like a room and more like a beautiful, cultivated garden you somehow get to live inside. Dinner here never feels ordinary. The wallpaper blooms around the table like a garden mid-celebration. Burgundy, sage, dusty rose, and the spring light hits the flowers in the centerpiece so perfectly it almost looks staged. But it never feels cold or overdone. There's a warmth to it, something to do with the dark oak and the worn texture of the upholstery. Conversations happen naturally, lingering long past the meal because nobody quite wants to leave a space this alive and quietly gorgeous. This kitchen feels genuinely lived in the very best way. Afternoon light pours across the marble countertops and throws the hand-painted leaf tiles into soft relief, making even the simplest task, chopping herbs, boiling a kettle, feel unhurried and pleasurable. The green cabinetry is rich and confident, the brass handles worn just enough. Bundles of lavender hang drying above you, releasing something calming into the air. It's the kind of kitchen that makes you want to cook slowly, with music on, and nowhere else to be. Morning here is genuinely magical. East-facing light floods the room early, warm and golden, landing on a table already set with wildflower-painted ceramics and a little vase of fresh garden blooms. The wallpaper is gentle here, watercolor soft, full of lavender and butter yellow, and the banquette cushions feel like an invitation to linger. You sit with your coffee and the day hasn't really started yet, and somehow that feels intentional, built right into the architecture of this quiet, sun-drenched corner of the house. It's the pantry that surprises people most. Nobody expects to feel charmed by a larder, but this one stops you in your tracks. The botanical wallpaper wraps tight and intricate around every shelf, and the glass jars catch the cool northern light in a way that makes them look arranged by someone who genuinely loved the process. It's orderly without feeling sterile. It smells faintly of dried spice and beeswax, and running a finger along a row of ceramic crocks feels, strangely, like a moment of pure contentment. Sleeping in this room feels like being held inside a dream. The botanical wallpaper is bold, ink-black ground, lush tropical foliage in gold and emerald, Yet the room never feels heavy because the morning light arrives softly through the palmyral drapes and turns everything luminous. The velvet of the bed headboard is cool beneath your hand. Potted palms throw shifting leaf shadows across the floor as the day wakes. It's a room that makes getting up feel like a small and entirely forgivable tragedy. There's a gentleness to the guest room that feels almost nostalgic, like arriving somewhere you've loved before but can't quite place. The wallpaper is lush with exotic birds and overscale blooms, but the palette is soft enough that it feels romantic rather than overwhelming. Light comes through the voile sheers in the most flattering, hazy way, and the quilted coverlet is the kind you want to pull around your shoulders on a slow Sunday morning. Every detail says, "You are welcome here. Stay as long as you like." This study is the room where time genuinely loses its grip. The bookshelves reach to the ceiling, packed with spines in every shade of green and brown, and the morning light catches the marble fireplace just so, warming the whole room without a single flame lit. You sink into the rust velvet chair with something to read, and the world recedes entirely. The Botanical wallpaper, architectural, layered, quietly dramatic, makes the walls feel like they're thinking alongside you. It's a room built for deep focus and slow, satisfying afternoons. Step in here, and your whole nervous system exhales. Sunlight doesn't just enter this room. It saturates it, pouring through the glass roof and every iron-framed pane, making the ferns glow a bright, electric green. The air is warmer, damp with life, scented faintly with jasmine trailing overhead. Sitting here in a rattan chair feels less like being indoors and more like being on the very best side of outdoors, sheltered, warm, entirely surrounded by growing things that couldn't care less what day of the week it is. This lounge sits just beyond the sunroom and carries its spirit inward, earthy, layered, alive. The fig tree in the corner is the room's quiet anchor, its broad leaves filtering the afternoon light into something dappled and shifting across the boucle sofa. The wallpaper is dense and mossy, mushrooms and ivy woven into the background like a forest floor made decorative. It's a room for slow conversations and cold cups of tea gone unnoticed, for feeling beautifully far from anywhere busy, even when the city is just outside the door. The terrace is where the house finally exhales into the garden. Morning light comes in low and long, shadows stretching dramatically across the stone paving, and the wisteria along the exterior wall is thick enough to filter everything through a soft, fragrant haze. The cushioned teak furniture invites you to stay from breakfast through to mid-afternoon without apology. Bay trees stand sentinel either side of the doors. It's an outdoor room in every meaningful sense, atmospheric, considered, and utterly unhurried, the kind of space that makes every season feel worth dressing for. The courtyard sits at the heart of the house like a held breath, still, sunlit, and quietly extraordinary. Roses and foxgloves crowd the central bed with the careless abundance of something planted for pure joy, their blush and mauve tones luminous in the direct spring light. The cobblestones are worn beautifully smooth underfoot. Sitting here at the iron bistro table with coffee, the surrounding walls softly cream and draped in climbing jasmine, you feel held by the house itself, gathered inward, surrounded by fragrance and light, entirely and completely at peace. True design courage isn't about perfection, it's about committing fully to a feeling. A home layered with botanical richness, warm natural light, and deeply personal detail doesn't just look beautiful. It feels like somewhere worth returning to every single day. That's the quiet power of a home designed not to impress, but to genuinely shelter the soul.